my sleeves, jackets
I like
off.
that.
Ken's going to put me to work. We're actually, I love this idea. We're putting together, this is a two-parter, by the way.
This is a two-parter.
Armoire
Yep.
is behind us, and we're going to together sewing.
Right.
Okay.
When I was doing the headbands yesterday, I was sort of making the ones at home for the kids. You know, I have to pull the sewing machine out from the basement. I have to get my box of sewing stuff, get it on the breakfast room table. And I was like, how great it would be to have one place to house it all. And this isn't just for sewing. This is for doing crafts and all. It's not everyone has a dedicated craft room. So I went online to say, oh, I'm just going to buy one. And I found a really beautiful one, hardwood, great. It was from Home Decorators. It was like $980.
Oh my gosh,
right,
really?
exactly. So I'm like, okay, we'll save that bookmark for later. Let's go to Craigslist and see what we can find.
Well, you're absolutely right, because when you want to do a little craft, sometimes half the chore is getting the stuff out to do, even when I'm building something.
And especially with the kids, like if I had a dedicated place that you could like open, whip out, Coco could do her thing there, and it's self-contained, so that's what we're
open.
doing.
Anyway, so all right, this one you got for how much?
I got this one for around $100.
Really?
Yeah, on Craigslist. And I have to say, if you're looking online classifieds for these, there are tons of them. Well, you were back 10 years ago when everyone's TVs were huge.
Yeah.
And everyone had those armoires. Everyone has flat screens now, so they're getting rid of them online for like 50, 75 bucks. Lots of good deals.
I have one I have an armoire so big I can park my car in it. I mean, it's that.
That sounds like a good sewing armoire to me.
It's huge. It's huge. All right, you were here this morning because I saw you when I pulled in.
Yes.
And you were busy.
Well, I want to just, for viewers at home who are actually looking online, there are a couple of key things I want you to look out for, and you know this. Be very careful and check the dimensions. This, for example, I saw the photo and I actually thought this was much larger. We got there and it still works, but I realized I need to remind people to get the height and the depth. And also make sure that they're wood. A lot of the ones out there can be MDF or particle board and are just not going to be as sturdy. So those are the two things you need to look out for.
And of course you need to know the dimensions of your sewing machine.
Right.
If you have a big one, small one, whatever.
Right. That's why I like panicked. I ran and got the sewing machine. I'm like, will it fit? Will it fit?
Yeah.
It fits.
All right. Good. All right. So this morning.
Well, before this morning, I'm going to put you to work. First thing we're going to do, we're going to trick this out inside to make it sort of a one-stop for everything. The first thing we need is power, because you're always running extension cords and all that. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this power cord, attach it here, and run the power out the back so that sewing machine, iron, glue gun, you don't have to run extension cords. So Mark, I'm going to give you our, you know what that is.
This is a paddle bit.
Yes.
Watch your leg there.
There we
Step over.
Paddle
this is
bits.
1.5 inches. You can see this.
So it is going to be big enough to get our plug through.
Okay.
And a paddle bit is good for big holes. It's better with accuracy.
And where would you like me for placement purposes?
Because this is horizontal, let's put it off to the side here. And that will give us plenty of space. So,
all right. Do you want me to start?
You go ahead and start. Do that. We'll get him started on there. I'll stall so you have plenty of time. All right. So while Mark's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I did this morning. So I started off by getting just a standard piece of plywood. I wanted to make sure it would fit in the armoire, so I double-checked that. You can always get this cut at the store. I then measured the height to the bottom of the armoire, and I got 2 pre-made wood legs. I'll also get those at Home Depot. And I just cut them down to be the same size. That's what I'm doing there. And then I cut a second piece of wood, a 1x3, that's going to be the same width of the desk. So I get everything cut, so now my legs are the same height as my armoire, and this little board is the same width as the desk, and that's going to hold the legs together. All I did was attach that with 2 screws on each side, and then I got a piano hinge, and I attached the piano hinge first to the leg set, and then I drew a straight line across the table and used that line to screw that same piano hinge into the desk. And that's going to, voila, make our movable legs. So let me just explain what a piano hinge is. I've got one here, and these are what are used to attach your piano to the top of, hello. Oh, you got the hold on.
Yeah, it's all in there, so good. It's all set.
Oh, lovely, you're so good.
I know, right?
So it's super strong, and it's gonna let you go back and forth a lot. If you use 2 hinges, it's gonna be a little tricky, so that's why we use the piano hinge. So now all we're gonna do, you saw me attach the legs. I then attached a second piano hinge down here to the bottom, and all we're gonna do is screw this into the top of the armoire.
Okay.
So if you'll give me a hand here.
Sure.
You wanna grab that? You got it?
Got it, got it.
I've got the screws. So this is really easy. You know, anybody can be doing this at home.
Now, is there anything we want to do before we put this in? Like,
I drew a line here. I just sort of measured because I wanted to make sure it's far back enough so that the doors will close. So you just want to figure that out before you actually screw it in. But it's really just a matter of placing it right. And
there we go.
I'm just going to do a quick screw here.
La-di-da. Yeah, those hinges are really nice to work with. You know?
Yeah, they come in all sizes and all finishes, and they seem like something super fancy.
Yeah.
But they really aren't. And let's just do one more in the center, and then we'll test it. There we go. So now,
down it goes.
oh, I think I want to sew some headbands.
Oh, look at that. Oh, perfect.
Oh, it's time for dinner. Time to put everything away, Mark.
There it is. Look at that. Perfect.
Whoops.
Look at that.
Oh, I don't have a sewing machine here in the middle of my living room.
It's my beautiful Armoire that I spent
Armoire.
$30 on.
So how easy was that?
Yeah, that's perfect. All right.
So tomorrow what we're going to do, this is, as you can see, it's all chipped and messed up. So I'm going to paint it tonight, and then tomorrow come back and we're going to trick out the inside with things like a pin cushion board, a place for your bobbins, a place for your scissors, and all that. So it really comes completely sort of all in one.